So the first shinken for handling two, my advice is okaze because of the budget. So, and it's really close from what I experienced in Japan and for the ideal weight for my size. So without, I will start without the ceremony because there are many shinken. So I won't talk because this is a shinken and during all the practice, and I will explain later. Front view. So I was practicing from side view and front view, simple combo. You see that I don't have the place for talking. Even here, it's a tamashigiri method. And second, I don't have the space to improvise. So there is no improvisation. So you have to decide, okay, I will practice this Saturday 1 hour or 2 hours. You will cut plastic bottle or mats, and you will decide how many mats, how many bottle, and which cut you will do. So you will prepare them 2 to 4 hours during the week and training before. You know that your swing is okay, your blade control asuji is okay. So you start your cut from here and you finish here, so you don't swing all around without control of your blade trajectory, and you just do it. Okay? The way I was doing at the end for the jaw back is because I don't want to spend hours and hours for cleaning every blades with camellia oil and powder, so ushiko powder. So this way is for me a way that will avoid me to spend hours and hours for cleaning all these beautiful blades. Okay, one more time. I will do just combos for the moment. Okaze Shinken. I will cut the sound of this machine, hot machine, because it's cold, and I will just let you hear, if you can do it, the swing of a nohi blade. A nohi blade is tougher, so more material, and that means that because you have more material, you have less opportunity to hear the sound of the hasuji, of the cut. Front view, You see the behavior, every little thing with a real age, change awareness, and how everything around you has to be properly at the right place. So this was Okaze. Here you have the great Shinto, one of my favorite ones, so precious, Bohi Shinken. There is a groove, it's lighter, and the swing is really loud. Of course, if you practice with this, I already told about that in reviews, that it's a thinner, for my size, it's a perfect Nagasa, but like 28 or 29 tsuka, but centimeters. But the thing is, it's a thinner grip. So you have all the PDF description with all the items that you can need with all the guide size on Tozando site. So you will check what is the best for you. But if you have just my size, this can be an awesome Shinken for you. If you got especially the same height than me, 1.65 m, but it's bohi for cutting mats is good, but not for cutting bamboo, and it's better for drawing cut and simple cut, not so much for double cut, even it is possible. Please do not try the same way of drawing back the sword without touching the blade, because if you don't have experience, you will maybe destroy your saya with the tip, okay? So please practice with the same noto that we did in chapter 2 and in chapter 3. Check that your sleeves are not meeting the too long tsuka, or you will just have to turn your sleeve to not be in danger. It depends on the tsuka length. That's why it's important to train before you cut to check that everything is okay. it was Tsubame Geishi. Of course, I can practice longer with a boi, so this is really important to note that. The thing is, if your budget is really restricted, you will just need the basic, like you have seen in the PDF, for the items that you need for this method. So you will choose, depending on your budget, which items combo you need. But when you have no budget, it's better to start with nohi. If you can, it's better to have a nohi and a bohi. Because with a bohi, you have the ability to practice longer time. It's closer from the weight of your yaito. Tsubame Geishi, one more time. When your shinken has been cleaned, first with a tissue, removing the oil, then ushiko powder, then tissue for removing ushiko powder from the blades on the three sides, and then camellia oil. You can just make a note here on your saya and bring back your shinken to shinonome, then to safe case when it can be locked. Okay, now we're moving to the white. I made this one. It's an extreme custom. Extreme custom means that it's exactly at my size with 24. The Nagasa is a bit shorter, but between 68 centimeters or 70 centimeters. My size exactly should be 71. So it's closed from 71. Here it's 24. It's a bohi, and the geometry forge is really light as the weight distribution with the same measurements in Moto Kasane and Saki Kasane than my Eto Tozando. It was an experience with art katana, so we made it together, and it's pretty amazing how it works. So I was able to do all the same cuts than with Nohi, with double cuts, with one hand, two hand, knee-ten, and especially I think it was an excellent experience because the balance is really close. So I feel exactly the same with this one in matter of weight and the other one. And it worked. It worked because extreme custom means tsuka at your own size, nagasa at your own size, bohi, and measurements, thickness of the blade on the beginning at Moto Kasane, Saki Kasane, and wide of the blade on Moto Haba and Saki Haba are the same than this one, my Yaito. So for keeping the same balance and the same comfort, it was a really good experience. So now I will practice with the white. So directly on the third bow, and then I really feel comfortable because it's a really custom shinken, so I don't feel difference between this shinken and my Yaito, and this is the best. So I think if you have the budget, having the possibility to have like this one, I really recommend this product. You can have like custom at your size on Yaito and on shinken on bohi both, and you can have a noi, so free sword. With this free sword you can do everything if you don't break your blade on a bamboo cut, for example. Tsubame Geishi. It's a small stand, but it's okay. I will get lower. Godan Giri. I'm putting a note on the saya. Be careful if there is a lack of tension on your koiguchi to not hurt yourself. It's really dangerous to have a koiguchi, and your first reflex will be to catch it and you will cut your fingers. So when you make your note, you can make your note carefully like this or on seiza. Now a heavier sword. This is the silver dragonfly from Murazame. I just changed the koshirae, so the fittings, with fittings from Japan that I just bring back from Japan, and I changed the tsuba. So it's because it was with copper fittings and they were like too heavy and they were changing the balance. So this is the silver dragonfly, and I will change soon the ito with silk from Japan, and this is synthetical silk, so it's not great in my opinion. So this is silver dragonfly. It's 1 kilo 70 or 80 grams. I take off the one or two notes. So heavier sword than the okaze. It's a Shinogizukuri geometry blade, like most of the shinken from China. See. Sliding back for having proper distance, and then I can do So now we have seen the silver dragonfly, a heavier sword, closer than 1 kilo 80 grams. More it's heavy, more it's difficult to keep a long time with a blade. Or exception made if it is a blade made in Japan or with excellent balance. Most of the time your muscle will have to hold the weight and they will be exhausted really fast. So now I move to a bohi blade. I made it with the brand Murazame. It's the red. It's beautiful in my opinion with katate maki. It's you can use it with handling 2 or handling 1. I will try here both. It will give you an example of handling 1, even we didn't try handling 1 because it's really close than handling 2. Let's go. It will swing louder. Be careful to stay focused on any time that happening. With every wrong little move, you can put your finger, especially when you are drawing, or at any moment when you have an edge, you need to be like 100% focused. If you feel that you're losing 20%, 30% of your focusness, you just make the noto and you take a break, or you stop practicing and you get back to yaito. Always keeping your tsuba locked at 30 to 45 degrees. With a shinken, it's really important. Or if there is a loose, like this one, it will fall, you will catch it, and you will cut your fingers. So always repairing koiguchi with a loose of tightness with your koiguchi before practicing. In any case, your thumb is really important and keep you safe. I think you are getting closer to understand why everything that looks so simple with a yaito is taking another dimension when it's with a shinken. So many things that we practice with a yaito are not doable with a shinken, because you have to be 120% sure of what you are doing. So you have to repeat thousands and tens of thousands and hundreds of thousands and maybe millions of times to be sure that your muscle memory, all your posture is correct, to not hurt yourself or destroy the shinken or hurt something around you or destroy something around you. If you do not have so much height on your inner dojo, on your inside dojo, you can practice this way, but with just simple cut with a little stand. Okay, that was training with the red. Now training with the special from Hanwei. If you see that you have sageo that is cheap or too short, you need to buy a serious one and to reuse of the channel to see how to put shitodome and sageo. And you will put a note, simple note here, and with the proper length of the sageo and thickness, you will be able to do correctly your note on your right hip.